Did you know that 95% of diets end up failing and that 80% of people who achieve weight loss from diets will rebound within 12 months? Let's change that. In order to do this, we need to change our mindset away from going on a diet is restrictive and you have to suffer in order to look good, and shift more towards let's feel amazing, let's look amazing and enjoy life. Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Peter and I'm a physiotherapist who just loves the gym. Right, you don't go from looking like this to looking like this without knowing a thing or two about weight loss. Now, the science behind weight loss is really simple. It's calories in versus calories out. If you're putting on weight, you're eating too much. If you're not gaining weight, you're eating too little. Now, if it were easy, everyone would be shredded with six packs. The fact that it's simple does not make it easy. In today's video, we're going to be covering 3 key aspects in order to not be one of those 95% of the people and join the 5% club and hopefully shift those metrics a little bit. In order to do that, let's jump straight into the kitchen. So in order for a diet to be successful, we need to stop thinking of it as a diet, because if you start a diet, you're likely to stop a diet. We need a lifestyle change, something that you can do for a long period of time. In order to do this, you need to eat the foods that you love. So what I'd like you to do is think of your 3 favorite foods. The first thing I'd like you to learn is how to read a food label. The key thing, and lots of foods are really bad with this, they'll try and trick you. They'll put on the front, oh, low calorie, 250 calories per serving. And then you look at the back of the nutrition label and you see, well, actually this small tiny packet contains 4 servings. So you think, oh, I'm eating healthy, I'm eating low calories, you're eating 250 calories. But actually, if you eat the whole little packet, you're getting 1,000 calories in. It's such a big difference and so many companies do it. So make sure when you read the label, you read it per 100 grams and then you look and see how much it actually weighs. And that can stop you from overcounting or undercounting your calories. The next thing is, and I know you're not going to like to hear it, you need to start weighing your food. Weighing in grams and ounces is so much more accurate than using a volumetric measurement such as a cup. Weighing everything, tracking it on an app will give you a visual of how much is one chicken breast in calories. So if you go out, you don't need to weigh every single chicken breast you eat. You're like, oh, that's roughly 160 calories. But you learn what 160 calories looks like, or you learn what 200 grams of rice looks like. And in the beginning, there's no other way to do it other than to weigh your food. So when it comes to understanding nutrients, we need to know how many calories are in a gram of each nutrient. Now, fats are your highest calories, so you want to stay away from those if you're looking to lose weight. Fats are 9 calories per gram. Carbohydrates and proteins are only 4 calories per gram each. And then your fiber is only 2 calories per gram. Now, what we can use this to do is to get large volumes of food with lower calories, therefore fill ourselves up and not feel starving all day. So I've asked you to name your 3 favorite foods. For me, number 1 is pizza. Obvious choice, right? Then I love a pasta bake, really nice creamy pasta, and then I do enjoy a good egg fried rice. Now wait, those are definitely not low calorie diet foods. You're right, but actually we can make them low calorie diet foods by tweaking them and editing them just ever so slightly, doing things like swapping your cheese for reduced fat cheese. I've done a couple of videos in the past on full days of eating and I'll link them in the description below, and they contain a pizza recipe for extremely low calorie pizzas. Shout out to Coach Greg Doucette for that one. I did steal it, but go check out his channel too. He's got some awesome recipes. And then that's also got my pasta bake recipe, which I developed with my housemate Alex Shanks. Shout out Alex. While we were at uni to try and get shredded, and it is absolutely insane, and that is in the video down below. What we're going to do today is go through an egg fried rice recipe, which is going to be epic. So we've got the ingredients right down in front of us, starting off with spring onions. We've got some soy sauce, light soy sauce. We've got some oil in a spray, so it's 1 calorie per spray. We've got Worcestershire sauce, which is not ideal, but unfortunately where I'm in the UK, there's no fish sauce. Sorry, Uncle Roger, so we need to get the umami MSG from somewhere. Then I've got 1 full chicken breast, some sliced up fresh garlic, fresh ginger, sliced peppers, eggs, and then day-old rice cooked in a rice cooker. At least Uncle Roger will give me props for that one. Right, so for this recipe, we've got 10 sprays of oil, so 10 calories coming from the oil. Now that the oil's nice and hot, we're gonna go for our green onions, but very key, only the white hard parts. We don't want the green parts in now, they're garnish. If you put these in now, they will wilt and Uncle Roger will hate you. We're going with a chopped up garlic. And then we're gonna go in with the ginger. We want day-old rice, and we throw that in. the thing is, when it comes to your normal egg fried rice, it's got so much oil in it. It's literally swimming in oil. The wok's lined with oil. The meats that they use are chicken thighs, so they have high fats in them. So we need to tweak it slightly by reducing the amount of oil. And then you can throw in your, well, we've got sliced peppers, but you can do veg of your choice. Now that is purely for volume. You want to take your soy sauce. Now you don't want to pour it directly in. You want to pour it around the outside of your wok or whatever pan that you're using. And that is so that the alcohol will dissolve, or not dissolve, will evaporate. Right, so next up we've got to do the eggs. Now this is a tricky bit. I would advise you to do them separately because you don't want them to mix in and turn into slurry. But there's a neat trick that you can do if you're feeling brave, and that is push all your rice to the side, making a nice ring around in the middle. And we're going to cook the eggs almost independently in the middle. Second last but not second least step. Oh, that's the soy sauce again. I grabbed the wrong one. Now I'm using Worcestershire sauce. Now I would have loved to get fish sauce, but unfortunately I'm in rural Norfolk and we do not have any Asian supermarkets near us, so fish sauce is out of the question. Now, Rochester cerise sauce, if you've seen the meme, you know what I'm on about, is actually comprised mainly of anchovies, so you can get that umami flavor from this. And I also don't have MSG. But if you do, definitely throw it in. Right, so guys, look at the volume of this. This is absolutely enormous. It weighs a ton. I mean, I'm getting a bicep pump from holding it. Now, this, if you had to eat this amount in a restaurant, you're probably looking at close to 900 to 1200 calories, depending on where you have it. And protein levels really low, fat levels really high. Now, protein is extremely satiating. The more protein you eat, the less hungry you're gonna be. And another key with protein is it takes more for your body to break it down. So it's harder work for your body, therefore you technically burn more calories breaking down protein. Now on a short-term day-to-day, it's not gonna make much of a difference, but if you take all that small differences, those tiny differences you make every day, and you take that over the course of a year, that equals a massive difference. 63 grams of protein, anabolic as anything. Now for a quick taste test. That is actually really good. So the ginger, I probably put a bit much in, but I do like ginger, as you can tell. It is really good. And I'm sorry, Uncle Roger, for turning your egg fried rice into bro fried rice, but what a recipe. I'll link it down below. Coming back to your 3 favorite foods. Now, if you've listed them and you think there's no way in hell I can make this a healthy alternative and make it work, let me know down in the comment section below and I'll make a short just for you covering exactly step by step on how to turn that into a really healthy alternative that tastes delicious. So we've covered all of our main meals. The problem for many, myself included, comes in between when you just want to grab a biscuit, grab a chocolate. Surround yourself with healthy alternatives. When I look in the drawer, I've got protein bars. Now these are absolutely insane. Again, shout out to Lidl, and we look on the nutritional label and we can see per bar, we've got 166 calories, right? 4.9 grams of fat, 11.4 grams of carbs, and 22.5 grams of protein. Now this to me is a protein bar. When you go to the supermarket and you're just about to check out and you see a bar there with full of nuts and says, oh, high in protein, and you grab it and it's got 10 grams of protein, 20 grams of fat and 16 grams of carbs, that is not a protein bar. You want to avoid that at all costs. The next thing, fruit. Now fructose never killed anyone, and again, low calorie density, large volume, lower calories. And again, for the protein yogurt, I think this is 200 grams, 130 calories, and 20 grams of protein. 20 grams of protein in 130 calories is absolutely insane. And again, shout out to Lidl, and if you're in the UK, Aldi does something quite similar. And then for the volume, my favorite thing, sorry Coach Greg, but we won't be buying Skinny Pop or Smart Pop popcorn because those are made with butter. I know Smart Pop's not too bad and we can't get any of those in the UK anyway. So go on Amazon, buy some blank popcorn kernels and spend £5 on a popcorn maker that you can put them in and it pops it with air. So all you're getting is the popcorn, there's no butter, use salt, use seasoning to season it to taste. So we've covered eating at home, which is really easy because you don't have your mates to worry about, you don't have that peer pressure. Trust me on this one, stick to your guns, make the healthy choices, and it won't be long before you're the guy your mates want to be like. Alright guys, so the next part of the video, key point number 2 is we need to exercise. Now my advice would be go to the gym and build muscle. Muscle is 4 times more metabolically active than fat. So if we think about it, 1 pound of fat on average burns 2 calories. 1 pound of muscle on average burns 8 calories. So what do you think is better to have? Have the weight in muscle, which means when you do your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, so your daily activities, moving around, drinking, waving your hands if you do that for a living, you're going to be burning more calories if you have more muscle. So it takes more energy for someone who's heavier in muscle to walk from point A to point B than someone who's the exact same weight but has more fat. It's a no-brainer, and the best way to do that is get into the gym. But as Will Tennyson says, don't go into the gym to work out. Go into the gym to train. Go in with an unbelievable plan to build muscle. Set yourself up for success. If you just go to the gym to work out and spend hours and hours and hours doing nothing on machines and not pushing yourself to failure, not training hard, you're not going to get anywhere. And with all of this activity and exercise, where does it lead to? Well, it leads to you enjoying your life and a massive, massive reduction in cortisol and stress levels. The third and final key, it's going to be your mindset. The first thing we need to change is not being happy when you look in the mirror. If you think, oh, if I get a six-pack, if I get shredded, if I get lean, if I lose 50 pounds, if I lose 100 pounds, if I lose 150 pounds, I'm going to be happy. I can promise you now, losing weight will not make you happy. Looking in the mirror and seeing someone shredded will not directly lead to happiness. However, the journey of weight loss, the journey of fitness and exercise, that can shift your mindset completely. What I found, it wasn't the weight on the scale dropping each week that found my happiness, that made me a happy person. It was going to the gym and exercising. Seeing progression in the gym got me really happy. Doing one small thing a day to change your life for the better will ultimately lead you to be a happier person, because you know you're working towards the person that you know you are already, you're just not behaving like that person. Change your mindset away from losing the weight and shift it towards making yourself a better person every day. For me, it was as simple. When I went to university, my first thing I did every morning, I made my bed as neat as I could. But that one small thing that I changed led to another small thing, which then led to another small thing, which adds up. Those small things add up over the course of a year, over the course of 5 years, and for me, over the course of 9.5 years. And it's those things that are going to be key. So start off your journey by doing one small thing every day to make yourself a better person. For me, it's making my bed and maybe swapping out some chips at work for an apple or a protein bar. It could be anything, and you need to find the things that you know that you can easily swap out. Do that for 66 days, and guess what? It becomes a habit. Create enough of those habits, and I promise you it'll change your life. I challenge you guys, do some exercise for 66 days, be it going to the gym, walking, a bit of both. Have a rest day every so often. Maybe change your diet. Say, right, I'm going to swap out my high calorie dense chips for low calorie dense popcorn for 66 days. Then it's a habit, and trust me, enough of these habits will change your life. I've documented my entire summer cut on this channel in videos of exercise, diet, food days, and I've got a summary from how I went from 17% body fat to sub 10% body fat in 145 days. If you like this video and want to watch that one, please check it out. All support's much appreciated, and thank you very much for your time.